Rise, Tarnish, and welcome to the Soulsbuds Podcast, where two buds rest at a bonfire to yap all things Souls games. I'm Eric Shulkin.
And I'm Levi Winslow.
Hello, Levi.
Hi. I can't believe it. It's episode 5.
It's episode 5, Levi. It's been quite a journey through these 5 episodes, and we've got a great episode for you ahead all day today. All day?
All day.
We're going all day.
We are going all day.
We're going all day. I didn't say that. I won't do you the violence of asking you how you're doing. So
I think my hair is an indication enough. You can't see it because it's a black background.
Yeah.
You know, I have hair right now.
Yeah, we had
that's enough.
We had a little blocking meeting, a pod before the pod in a way. Yesterday we talked about some stuff. We hung out for a little bit, and I saw you with your hair. I'm like, are you good? Because like I had not seen you.
It's been a minute.
With hair in a year. But hey, I don't know. Looks good to me.
Oh, well, thank you.
You always look great. You always great.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Right.
Appreciate that.
That's so nice. So don't tell me how you're doing. But
we're surviving.
Yeah.
We're out here, we're surviving.
What else could we be doing? I wanted to start today actually with something a little new, a little different. For lack of a better term, let's call this an icebreaker question. Get these gears turning in these brains of ours.
Roger.
Thank you.
Yeah, the mush in the bowls up here,
Making me hungry.
kind of stir it around, stick it in the microwave, warm it up.
Like a oatmeal bowl. 30 minutes. Popcorn. 30 seconds.
30 seconds. 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
That's a lot of.
I'm dead.
That'd be very hot.
That's Chernobyl. Okay. What I wanted to ask you is using the reference of attributes from Elden Ring, the 8 stats that you level up. I'd like you to tell me what are your IRL in real life attributes, your highest attribute and your lowest attribute as a person, and why.
Wow.
I can go first to give you some time to think.
Give me the stats.
Thank you. And I wrote those down, yes, as reference. Let's go with the Elden Ring model here, because I feel like they more or less took it from the Dark Souls series.
I feel like they're all universal.
Yeah. We got vigor.
Which is health.
Yeah. Mind.
Intellect.
Endurance.
Stamina.
Viagra.
Viagra.
Strength. Dexterity. Faith. Intelligence.
Oh, mind and intelligence are different.
And arcane. Let me double check that actually.
That's interesting that they split those.
There's intelligence. I'm going to give you even more time to think because you need this.
I do. I do need some time. Okay, so
me who came up with this took a lot of time to think.
Yeah,
there is intelligence. Yeah.
Intelligence and mind.
Now, if you'd like me to define these for you a little more, would that be helpful? Would you like?
Yeah, give me those two. What's the difference between intelligence and mind?
Okay, so intelligence is kind of governs like your sorcery scaling and your magic resistance.
Oh, so intelligence is magic in Elden Ring, right?
And mind
is your actual
mana. Yeah. It also affects the focus stat, which is some resistances tied up in that, like to sleep.
What's sleep?
Right.
Okay, you go.
Yeah. So I would say number one for me. I think my highest attribute is vigor. I'm a high health character. I've got poison resistance. I can eat anything. I like spicy food.
You're a rat bastard.
I'm a rat bastard. I can survive anything. I'm weak to mental psychic damage.
Certainly. That's why the intellect and the mind is like.
Well, I'm going to tell you the lowest in just a second, but I got a lot of health. I can take a beating and keep on going. But
you have to in media.
In
our industry.
I feel like we're living on our 3rd pivot to video. So, you got to be able.
You got to be able to pivot.
Just I'm like a typical shonen Jump anime character. Is like he doesn't have much offensive ability, but he can't be knocked down.
Can't be beaten. Right. No actual skills. No. But just always gets back up.
Just stubborn, pretty much. Just a stubborn rat bastard.
Out of it, spite.
Yeah.
Just pure spite.
Yeah, it keeps me going. All right, okay, let me hit you with my lowest.
Yes, the lowest stat.
My lowest IRL attributes. Now this was a hard call for me. You know, like it was a tie for a little bit between mind and faith. Mind governs the focus resistance, as we were saying before, and I literally have ADHD, so maybe
so that's fair.
That's fair. But you know, I went with faith because not only do I not do that play style at all in Elden Ring incantations, but you know, like we're talking IRL here, and you know,
you're not praying. You're not going to a church or a mosque.
Jesus Christ.
I celebrate my faith's, you know, cultural holidays. I'm Jewish. I would describe myself as a cultural Jew. Sorry, Mom.
Oh, no.
Yeah, sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom.
We could talk later. Can always, you know, later in life develop more faith. I've heard that's happened.
True.
People can change. I start crying.
You've been saved.
But you know,
splash some water on you. It's like holy water.
Thank you, my lord. Could you? Yeah. Wow, you actually really. Go. I feel way better, actually. Thank you.
I'm glad.
All right.
Blessed.
I feel awesome. Your turn.
Yeah, I think for me, my highest stat is probably endurance, right?
Nice.
I feel like stamina, endurance, similar to vigor. You just keep going. It's very easy to kind of give up, but I think eventually you just decide to keep moving, and that's always been my mode. Is like I could just sit here and I could just take it, but I have too much willpower. I have too much stamina. I have too much endurance. I have to keep going.
I'd call you resilient.
Yeah, it's something like that. So if that's the highest, then I feel like my lowest is probably... That's going to sound ridiculous, but intellect, right? That's magic.
Why does that sound ridiculous?
I consider myself smart, I think. But if I'm saying intellect is my lowest, then I must not be that smart.
Right.
So.
Gesundheit, Bandit.
Bless you, Bandit.
I think Bandit, our dog friend, yeah,
our mascot.
Does that mean they agreed with you or they disagreed with you? Would you say?
See, you're asking me about my intellect.
A dumbass. Yeah,
a dumbass.
So. I think. Wow, gosh, you're hard on yourself.
Yeah, I guess so. I also just don't really use magic much in
that's the main
Souls games or
but what about real life? Do you use magic often in like not with endurance?
Like if I could just whip out a wand and just be like, Wingardium Leviosa, and then just like
actually it's Wingardium Leviosa.
Leviosa.
Did you?
No, I don't watch Harry Potter.
Okay.
I did when I was a kid, but that was like once.
Are you gonna watch the TV show?
No.
All right, sick. So on today's episode. Little preview for today's episode. You're giving us your impressions, your previews of Wuchang Fallen Feathers, and it's going to kind of launch a larger discussion point for us about, like, have we reached a saturation point in Soulslikes? And we're going to be referencing an article from an old friend. But I think first we're gonna take a break, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
I fucked this up last time, so I want to make sure I'm correct.
We'll definitely take a little bit of a break, before we start talking about the stats in Wuchang Fallen Feathers.
The stats? Oh, like what we just did? Like
it's
in reference
like a segue going in.
The segue going in. I need the holy water on my face to dry, actually.
Yeah, actually, that's it. Got to go pat that down.
Yeah. So we'll be right
We'll be back.
Okay.
We're back.
And we're back. Did you like that question?
That was a good question.
You had fun with that question?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, more to come. I realized we were just talking on the break here. I missed out on an opportunity for engagement. And we can't afford that. This is a video podcast, so
we need all the engagement we can get.
Yeah.
So let us know in the comments what your highest or lowest attribute IRL is. And you can use the Elden Ring stats. You can use Sekiro stats.
Don't fuck with me right now. Sekiro?
We need the Sekiro meme.
Sekiro?
Just pop in.
No, don't use the Sekiro stats because that's literally just prayer beads.
True. It has to be Elden Ring. That's your requirement.
Elden Ring.
That's the only requirement you got.
Why are you changing up the rules on me for my... Okay.
I got to keep you off guard.
And I love that. Sound off in the comments. Engagement. tell me now, Levi, Wuchang, Fallen Feathers.
Yes.
One of the games Soulslikes we actually previewed in the last episode, and you've been spending a good amount of time on it. How far in the game are you? And set it up for us. What is Wuchang, Fallen Feathers?
Yeah, I am about halfway through the game, it seems like, according to the boss list order that I've been seeing online on places like DualShockers and, Game Rant. And other websites, slop sites, I guess. And my feathers are absolutely falling for this game. It is really good. I'm calling it like Sexborne, and I'll get to that in a minute. So before I get there, obviously Wuchang Fallen Feathers, developed by Lindsay, a Chengdu, China-based studio. They were founded in 2016. I believe this is their first game. I've tried to do some digging. I haven't seen any other games by them, so this is really interesting that their first game is this like major double/AAA Souls-like action adventure game.
This looks AAA to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's on Unreal Engine 5, so I mean, and it's 505 who published the game. Control, Cooking Mama.
So you're saying this is kind of a big bet on a new development studio?
New-ish, yeah, because 2016, right? Or is it 2017? No, it's 2016.
See, when you said 2016, I was like, I'm not going to say the fucking joke again. Like, I don't even want to pronounce
No,
okay,
they were founded in 2016.
2016, okay.
Huge bet on what seems like a first major project from the studio. Again, I don't know if they've had any other projects before. But Wuchang Fallen Feathers, single-player action-adventure Souls-like. You play as a amnesiac pirate badass warrior named Bai Wuchang. In the Shu Dynasty, which...
Is this a historical figure by Wuchang?
No.
I'm out.
No historical figures here. Okay. No one real. All of it is fake, except for the setting. It's a really interesting setting because it's not one that we see too often. We see China here and there, but we don't see like a closer modern-day interpretation of China. It's, again, not modern, but still, 1600s is about 400 years away from where we are right now.
1600s. So, yeah, and actually you're
fascinating.
You're also reminding me that, like, what is, like, the most modern setting Souls-like
I was thinking about
that. Because, like, we have Victorian era Lies of P and Steel Rising.
Revolution era France, 18th century.
Yeah.
Lies of P, Dark Souls would have all been like, Gothic.
Well, that's
true.
Yeah. I'm saying, for sure.
Traditionally would have been like Warring States period, Sengoku era.
For sure. And it kind of just raises a thing of like, how much do you want gunpowder to be involved in the Souls-like?
I feel like that's the next step for the genre, right? At some point here, we're going to reach like 1800, 1900 period, and we'll have guns. Yeah. So, I mean, how do you do a Souls game with guns? That's a whole different
musket, no less.
A musket.
One more. I'm sorry, I diverted you a little bit here, but we were also yesterday in the pod before the pod. We were talking about like what well-established game genres could actually accommodate a Souls-like entry in them. And I was like, it's hard to get past the guns of it all, but Gears of War could theoretically.
I think it would be interesting.
Would be kind of interesting because it has such a broad bestiary
and
of
it has
enemies.
That darker tone.
It has the tone.
Has an atmosphere for it.
It's just it has a chainsaw gun, so that's kind of hard.
I feel like you would have to limit the bullets because
guns
just make
all.
it. But I mean, Bloodborne has guns.
Oh yeah, right.
But Bloodborne limits your bullets.
Right.
So I feel like you'd have to do that, and then you have to make the melee mechanics more robust.
Yeah.
So it's not just fire up the chainsaw, one attack, you're dead.
Yeah,
no, it has to be a little bit more than that. Mm-hmm. So that would be fascinating.
I just feel like it's an IP that could
not that dreaded word. The dreaded two letters.
I'm sorry, I said it.
You rat
I diverted you though. I'm a rat bastard. I diverted you.
So getting back to Wuchang.
Wuchang, tell me about this game.
It's a really good game. Like I said, I call it Sexborne. And the reason why I say that is because it is giving Bloodborne so much in the way that it plays, in the way that the level design is handled, in the way that some of the bosses not look per se, but I think just their vibe is very Bloodborne coded. But then also the combat feels very Bloodborne coded too, because so much of it is about dodging, so much of it is about perfect dodges.
It rewards aggression like Bloodborne did.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I remember at the time, feel free to correct me, because you've played way more Bloodborne. I haven't really played it that much. Yeah. It was a departure from previous Dark Souls entries in terms of like it was less about a grindy, dodge rolling to success.
Right.
And
dodge this, parry that.
Yeah, like I forget the mechanics in Bloodborne, but like you were rewarded by getting up in the enemy's face and like regenerating.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's like a comeback or something like that,
right.
where you
a riposte or something like that.
You lose health, but you have your part of your health is like essentially grayed out,
temporary.
And when you attack, you get your health.
You can get it back.
Right.
Yes. So there's nothing like that, but I just brought it up because like it is a different pacing.
Exactly, and this is very much in that same vein. There's not a way to like attack and get your health back. I mean, you can, equip your weapon with like leech, which is, life steal essentially. So when you attack, you get your health back. But it's not like a default in the health mechanic system in and of itself.
Okay.
But still, it's very much Bloodborne coded. And then the sex part just comes from the fact that Bai Wuchang is hot. A lot of the male characters in the game are hot. And especially Bai Wuchang herself, she can wear all sorts of risque outfits that are incredibly revealing. So there's a lot of sex, not in the way that like penetration or anything. No Viagra here, you don't need that. But there is just a overtly sexiness to this game. I think Lindsay understands that. I think maybe 505 understands that too. There are some gooners to this game, and I think that's fucking wild. Rule 34 is a thing. So Sexborne is what I call it.
Rule 34?
You don't know Rule 34?
No.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Am I gonna? Is this another segment of Levi explains the internet to Eric?
Oh my God, that might need to be a segment. Okay, so real quick, right? Quick little diversion. Rule 34 is basically
I'm
that.
so scared. What is it?
It's basically that a porn of that thing exists.
Oh.
Always exists.
Yeah.
There is a sexy version of that thing that exists all the time. And it can be anything. It could be animated Pixar movie Cars. You Rule 34
Roger.
that.
Yeah, I mean lube, car oil. Yeah.
Boom. And then there's sex. And now you just go to like a 4chan or something, or some sort of like Tumblr, some sort of forum, and you just look for a Rule 34 of Pixar's Cars, and I can guarantee you there's going to be some bizarre sex.
Yeah.
So that's essentially it. Is that
probably involving a muffler? Yeah.
a muffler?
Producer Artem.
I'm not looking any of this up to put on video.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think we just need to put the definition just on the screen, and that's it. Y'all can look it up by yourselves, and you can let us know what you think of Rule 34 in the comments if you don't already know.
Nice engagement opportunity.
There you go. That's Rule 34.
You took it that time. Okay, I mean, that's not so far out of left field for me.
Not.
I thought
it's just sex. Just sex always exists.
Sex sells. I know
sex
this.
sells,
Yeah.
essentially.
And that's what's going on here in Wuchang Fallen Feathers to an extent.
Wuchang.
Is this a little like Stellar
Sex
Blade?
Feathers.
A game you played as well, Stellar Blade. Yeah. It has some similar fashion souls.
It has some similar fashion souls going on.
Now I know Stellar Blade is not.
Stellar Blade has Souls-like elements, but I wouldn't necessarily call it a Souls-like. I think there's debate around whether Stellar Blade is a Souls-like. I wouldn't say it is. I think when I was writing at Kotaku, I called it that because keywords and it's just easier to rank on Google or whatever. But it's a little bit more of like a character action game than a Souls-like. And I think all Souls-likes are character action games in a way, but not all character action games are Souls-likes.
Right. I feel like we've talked about this a little, and will many times again in the future. Like all action RPGs, and that's what you're saying. I think too. Character action RPGs third-person, probably action RPGs, are Soulslikes, but they're not mutually. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
They're not the same. The Venn diagram between those two games is like kind of far, I feel like. And what makes them similar is just the small little things in the middle to where then you're like, oh, well, that's just a circle. And it's really not. They're two very separate types of games.
Right.
And so even though Wuchang is a Souls-like and Stellar Blade has Souls-like elements, because they share a lot of the same mechanics that make Stellar Blade, Wuchang, a Souls-like, now all of a sudden Stellar Blade is a Souls-like because Wuchang is.
A similar sexiness, though.
Very similar.
That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, very similar sexiness. The game, though, mechanically feels pretty good. I'm enjoying the way that the mechanics have opened up. I think when you first start the game, combat can feel a little stiff because you don't have too many moves unlocked, you don't have too many skills. But as you progress and as you start, leveling up and getting your skills and getting your equipment and your gear and all of that stuff, then it really becomes a little bit more robust in the combat department, especially because you can equip two weapons that you can switch between on the fly, as well as switch between in combat. So you can start with one weapon, press, I think it's L3 to engage a special skill with that weapon that then switch you to your secondary weapon. So then you can kind of keep combat going, move over to that second weapon with that alternate skill set.
Right.
And the skill tree is huge. You've got 5 weapon types that you can sort of pour skill points into to really flesh out not only the skills, but the stats of that weapon too. So that's how you kind of increase your weapon from like a regular to like a +1 or a +2 because you're in the skill tree strengthening your proficiency with, say, the long swords or the dual blades or the spears or whatever.
I feel like we were discussing, when we were going over previews for this game, that there was a kind of an emphasis that different weapons have varying levels of effectiveness versus different enemies,
Yes.
Is that a factor? Have you found that to be true?
No.
Playing the game? Okay.
No.
So is that fluff?
I feel like it's a little fluff. I mean, I guess because some enemies are weak against, say, stabbing, right, or blunt.
That's crazy. I'm weak against stabbing. What a coincidence.
Who knew? Who knew? You just poke him once and he just like starts bleeding.
But blunt, I'm good against. Remember, vigor, high stats.
Right.
So,
high. And I mean, blunt.
I love blunts.
Love a blunt. But yeah, like it's you have like those attributes where you're fighting an enemy, maybe you're having a hard time, you switch to an axe, you start doing more damage, maybe because they're a little bit weak against blunt attacks. So fine. But ultimately I've never really felt like I needed to switch my weapon, and I've been using the longsword since I started the game, and it's been totally fine.
Right.
I dare to say this might actually be one of the easiest Souls-likes I've played. And I feel like I'm saying that a lot. That does not mean I'm good. Okay, that literally does not mean I'm good. I'm actually horrible at these games.
I wouldn't say horrible.
We played Night Rain. And who's getting fucked?
Well,
You what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
me.
it was you.
Literally me.
it was you.
But
New two-player mode for Night Rain. So maybe we'll
we have to give it a shot.
give it a shot.
Maybe we'll actually beat the dog, because you beat the dog. I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, this isn't about how much you suck, okay? At this genre, we've decided to make a video podcast about it. But you're having an easier time with this one
Than Night Rain, much more.
Than Night Rain.
Than even Elden Ring.
Night Rain's its own thing.
Night
Yeah.
Rain is its own thing.
Kazan, how does it stack up against Kazan?
Well, Kazan is interesting because Kazan has difficulty
easy mode.
modes.
Never mind. That's a bad example.
And Wuchang doesn't have easy modes. So I think I would compare it to maybe like, let's see, what was I playing recently? A Souls-like, Wolong Fallen Dynasty. There's no difficulty options in that game. You can summon NPCs to sort of travel with you in the world, so that way that kind of alleviates some of the pressure, some of the difficulty, but you can adjust the difficulty. And in Wuchang, it's largely you. The only time you can summon an NPC to help you is with certain bosses, and if you've done certain quests with those NPCs. Otherwise, if you try to summon an NPC, you can't. They will not help you because you did not do something for them.
Yeah, it's kind of a quest line element
quest
from the
dependent.
mainline Soulsborne. In a way, like you do a quest line and you can summon them later.
Exactly.
Sort of.
Very dependent on quests. So this is definitely easier than most of the other Souls games I'm playing right now.
And part of that is, do you feel like you just have a lot of tools at your disposal? Are there like a lot of, for lack of a better term, Souls like bullshit gotcha moments? Or have you encountered any cheap deaths?
Yes.
You feel like
Yes. I think what ends up killing me the most in this game right now is, environment.
Oh, okay. Water.
Or someone out of nowhere surprises you, hits you twice, you get knocked off, and now you're falling to your death.
Yeah.
Because of course they were hiding behind the fucking wall or some shit.
That's a classic.
That's how they go.
Yeah.
That's what's been taking me out the most, really. Or, just like random environmental hazards plus a combination of one erratic enemy that has a higher health pool and attacks very strange, and then a bunch of standard trash mobs that just like waddle after you, and then you've got landmines all around, and then people like shooting ballistics at you. So it's just like
Shu Dynasty's crazy, man.
Yeah, it is great. Damn. They are out here with all kinds of cannons, and they said fucking die, and I'm like, I won't.
They said shoe fly,
and I will not.
Question for you though. You mentioned like a sword having a leech attribute, and of course, that got me thinking like, what's the level of itemization in this game like? Now, I doubt we're approaching Neo 3 levels here.
It is nothing like that.
Nothing could, but like,
nothing like that.
Tell us about itemization and like, is there a lot of inventory management, or is it kind of like your standard fare? You get a lot of consumables and
it's a lot of that.
Yeah,
it's a lot of consumables. It's a lot of take this to like cure this status, right? Or consume this to get your currency, which in this game is called red mercury.
Sure.
Outside of that, it's you've got your benedictions, which are essentially runes that you can attach onto your weapons so that you have like bonuses on your weapons that give you passive buffs.
Okay.
And then gear, right? So like your equipment. And there's 4 pieces. There's your helmet, your arms, your chest, and then your legs. And
that's what I put on every in terms of my outfit apparel.
Exactly.
I'm like, what's on my legs? Yeah.
Top, bottom, feet, head.
And then I pick a weapon for the day.
Yeah, and the weapon for the day is, I guess, these podcast mics.
For now. Yeah.
For now. But yeah, no, itemization is actually pretty easy. I don't spend too much time in the inventory.
Not overbearing.
At max, depending on the run, depending on what I have, right? Because again, it's a lot of collect this thing. You beat this boss. Now you got this quest item. Here's some more red mercury, like essence or whatever that you can consume to get more. That's about as most that I spend, maybe 10 minutes just kind of looking through, okay, what did I just get? Let me just consume this real quick. Now I'm sitting in front of the shrine. Let me level up. And then I'm back in the game.
Okay.
Like, I'm not spending any more time. And I feel like 10 minutes is like the max of what I'm spending in an inventory.
To min-max.
Min-max, yeah. I'm trying to get as much as possible before I'm like, all right, let me go to the next area.
Okay, so what would you say is the unique defining quality of Wuchang Fallen Feathers?
Well, it's a good thing that you asked because I wrote here, 2 interesting additions to the Souls-like formula in Wuchang. I thought that this is really fascinating. The first one being Skyborne Might, which is...
I beg your pardon?
Skyborne Might.
Okay.
Might of the Born in the sky. We're done. You haven't played Lies of P, so it's hard to say. It's hard to give this a comparison, but it's kind of like...
Getting around to it.
I'm trying to think of a Souls-like game that has a mechanic that's like this. Essentially, what Skyborne Might is a resource, a consumable resource that you get through combat that allows you to perform special moves. So this is your magic. This is your weapon skills. This is your disciplines, right? And you get this Skyborne Might by dodging, perfect dodging, which creates a shimmer, and it essentially does this cool like this cool effect, and then you get a Skyborne Might. Or when you're in the skill tree, there are certain moves in your combos that if you execute those, you then get Skyborne Might. So, for example, with the longsword, the basic attack with the light attack is a 4-hit combo or 5-hit combo. The second and the 5th hit can give you Skyborne Might in the skill tree if you have those unlocked. And so
these charge up.
Yeah, they charge up basically, and you expend them by using magic. So you can use, like, you don't have to have your stats high in magic to use magic. You just need Skyborne Might. And the magic that you can use will depend on how many charges of Skyborne Might you can have. And you can have a max of 5. And I think the most that I've found so far has been like 4. So if I have 4 charges of Skyborne Might, then I can use this like big, fire attack or something like that. Or if I just want to use 1 charge of Skyborne Might, then I can charge up my heavy attack faster to create the stagger quicker, so I can get an obliterate, which is essentially like the riposte or like the backstab, right? After you break in their poise and now they're kind of staggered there, you get that,
the critical hit.
The critical hit.
So
Skyborne Might is really interesting because it's a rechargeable resource that you just can constantly get.
That's
so you
flexible.
Can just it's flexible, and you can constantly, you can hold it. You can even have with the one-handed sword, you can unlock a skill that allows you to just passively charge Skyborne Might when you're not in combat for as long as you're holding your one-handed weapon. So once you go into combat, you've got some Skyborne Might, dodge, get behind them, heavy attack. Maybe that creates that opening for you to obliterate, get the critical blow, boom, they're dead, moving on.
Right. What else you got?
So I'm going to give you one more and then a bonus.
This is,
I did think of
okay,
a bonus.
and these are relatively unique. These are unique aspects of Wuchang that they bring to the Soulslike formula.
Yes. So the other one is Madness, which sounds very stereotypical Souls, right? Like you're in this world. It's gritty. It's
sanity.
Dark.
Right?
Yeah, sanity. Yeah, exactly.
From
it's dark.
Bloodborne. Yeah. Okay.
Where once you cross a certain threshold, then you start seeing like the amygdalas or certain enemy types become visible to you.
That's Bloodborne.
That's Bloodborne.
Okay,
as you become insane.
But this is different.
It actually kind of functions similar to that.
Okay.
Your madness increases whenever you die or kill human enemies.
That's crazy. Me too.
You're just a rat bastard.
What a coincidence.
Who knows? Maybe you are by Wuchang. I mean, she's an amnesiac. So it increases when you kill human enemies or die, and then it decreases when you kill feathered beasts. So there's that interplay of like, well, how much madness do I actually want? In the skill tree, there are skills for madness specifically. So if you reach a certain threshold, 50%, 90%, then certain skills, certain buffs, certain passives become available to you through this madness meter.
Yeah.
At 90%, you take more damage, but you deal more damage. At 100%, if you die, then the demon, your inner demon, will manifest. And in order to get all of your red mercury back, you have to kill this inner demon. Funnily enough, when you die, you don't actually lose everything. You lose a portion of it. So then you can just go back to where you died, pick it up, and it's all good. It's not complete loss. The only time it's complete loss is when the inner demon manifests and then you die. That's when inner demon's gone. Everything you had is gone. You got to start over.
Okay, that's a new take on the Souls run,
right?
Yeah,
on the
corpse run.
Yeah, but also interesting. When you do die and then the inner demon manifests, this inner demon is a crazy bitch. She will attack everything, anything and everything. You, enemies, doesn't matter. So if you die in a tough area and the inner demon manifests, you can just go over, spawn the inner demon, have her attack the enemy that you're stuck on, dip out, and then they'll just battle each other, and you're just watching with some popcorn. You're like is that the Leonardo DiCaprio meme, right? Where he's just like eating popcorn.
Pointing at that.
Pointing. And so you're just watching. And even if that enemy kills your inner demon, you get everything back.
Oh.
So you don't even have to fight the inner demon if you don't want to. You just lead her to some tough enemies, and you're just like, sicker. And then they'll just fight.
I'm seeing how this is an easier Souls-like than other ones. I'm beginning to see that.
It's actually hilarious. I'm like, hell yeah, go get her ass.
And it's not the kind of thing, like, when I first heard that, I was like, oh, God, could she, like, chain enemies into you, like, when you don't want that? Does that happen sometimes? Or, like...
Yeah, sometimes, like, if she aggroes an enemy, but she's not paying attention to that enemy, then... And if that enemy's not paying attention to her, then they'll both just gang up on you.
Yeah.
It's when they start facing each other, that's when you start dipping out and be like, all right, y'all can fight. Also, this inner demon isn't that challenging.
Okay.
So even if you were to, like, 1v1, 1v1 me, bro. 1v1 me, bro.
Come on. Let's go.
Even if you were to do that, she's pretty easy.
Yeah, the risk-reward element of Madness. I mean, I usually don't, like... When equipment in basically any video game says like higher damage received and higher damage dealt, I kind of usually shy away from that. That's just not a stat I usually like, but I could see, it makes sense here. And,
it really benefits here because if, especially as you level up your madness meter, the max capacity increases. So it takes even longer for you to reach max madness before the inner demon manifests. So you could get to a point where you hit that 90% threshold and you're like, I want to do more damage.
Yeah.
Like, I want that. And then you can go find a feathered beast or whatever, kill a couple of those, and then just kind of maintain that 90%. So that way the inner demon doesn't have to manifest. There are ways to like cleanse it. There's consumables to be like, I just want to get rid of the madness, whatever. There's shrines and things that you can pray at to like absolve yourself of your sins, I guess, if you're that much of a rat bastard. But no. It's a really interesting take on losing your resource, Red Mercury, and the corpse run getting it back via the inner demon. I think those are really fascinating.
Okay.
So those are the two big ones. Skyborne Might and Madness.
You told me Skyborne Might and Madness. Those are two unique aspects. You told me one more, though.
Bonus.
A bonus one. Okay.
I have a bonus. You can respec whenever you want for free.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Literally whenever you want for free. So if you're just like, you know what, I really don't want to use the dual blades anymore. You can just go into the skill tree, go to the very first node at the dual blade skill tree, refund all your points, get it back, put that into, I don't know, spear.
Have we not gotten those in Soulslikes?
Most
They've
often.
happened in action RPGs. We've advanced that far.
Finally. But no, most often, like Kazan.
Yeah.
Example,
Kazan.
That's a consumable, right? Most Soulslikes
not difficult to get, but
most Soulslikes it's a consumable in order to respec, or you have to pay some of your currency to respec or something like that. In this game, nope. It costs nothing. You lose nothing. You get everything back, and you get exactly back what you invested in. So it's not even like a loss. So if you put 70 points into the spear tree and you're like, I want all 70 points back, you get all 70 points back.
Okay, that's nice. I mean, I don't mind if From Software and Soulsborne sticks to their guns in that respect. But like, I think Soulslikes can ditch that, or do what you're saying.
Yeah.
For now, it's like, come on, just make it
whatever. Like it's just one of those quality of life things. When I noticed, I was like,
just
this
a matter
is
of
what
grindiness
it should be
to me. Yeah.
It should just be like a free thing. Like I'm already putting so much time and effort into playing the game, into the build, into the grind or whatever. I should be able to willingly just switch my equipment or switch my gear or change up my stats whenever I want. And the fact that they just do that for you, and it doesn't cost you anything, is one of those bonus, like, this is like something that I think other Souls-like should take from.
It's pathetic that that's a fresh idea.
Right?
But
something that has been in RPGs for a minute is like, oh my God, that's so brand new. But no, like, it's actually a good thing.
You mean I could larval tier for free?
Good game.
Wuchang Fallen Feathers.
Really good game.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it so far.
Is this your official? Give me your early impression. Expound a little bit. Give me one sentence.
Yeah, I mean, with it being about halfway through. Well, no, not halfway. It's August.
What? Halfway through the game. Let's say that.
How is it August? That's crazy. Yeah, about most of the way through the year at this point. We had Kazan way earlier in the year.
Oh, you're saying where does this stack up? Okay.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
We had Kazan way earlier in the year. We've got Wuchang now. Again, Hell Is Us isn't necessarily a Souls-like, but it's got some Souls-like-y elements, so we'll put it in there per an article that we'll discuss in a little bit. It's stacking up really well. I would say, not to be like, well, I'm going to give it a score. We're IGN. We're going to give it a score.
I don't want a score.
We're not going to give it a score. But I would say that this is, of the last maybe 5 years of Soulslikes, and I feel like Elden Ring is in there, Kazan is in there. What else? Wolong is in there. Rise of the Ronin is in there. That's not quite Souls-like, but it also has some elements. This is one of the better ones.
The past 5 years,
I think,
really?
And Sekiro's 2019.
Yeah, that's out of range.
That's out of range. So I'm saying 2020 to now. This is, in my opinion, I think with the setting, I think with some of the innovations that it's done, the 3 that I've mentioned, and I think with the way combat works and how it's kind of revitalizing that Bloodborne style of aggressive, fast-paced, dodge-based mechanics and combat. This is definitely one of the better Souls-likes up there. So far, one of my favorites. I say, maybe we'll have to do like our 10 favorite Souls-likes or something like that, but I think it's in there for me.
We could. Who doesn't love a fucking ranking?
Right. Right.
Yeah, we could.
It's
10.
Only 10.
Only 10?
Only 10. Because, you could probably, we can maybe even do 5, but only 10.
You doing the past good. 5 years, these are, I just want to say back to you, these are, you're saying some strong words here.
Yeah, and I stand by it so far.
Okay.
I really enjoy the bosses. I enjoy the boss encounters. It's punishing, but I'm not feeling frustrated.
Yeah.
I think I've spent at most 10 tries on a handful of bosses, like total 10 tries on maybe 4 of the bosses so far. And I've
something
fought
can be
like
punishing
10, 15.
and fair, relatively, I feel like.
And this feels like that. This feels punishing but fair. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. It's a really good Souls-like.
I feel like punishing but fair would be like a great Yelp review for like a dominatrix. Like she was punishing but fair and just reasonable rates.
She gagged the shit out of me.
What?
Please don't call out the soundboard. Like he'll do his thing. We can't start be like
2 hours later.
Right. We can't be requesting. We just gotta let it be. All right. So you're really enjoying this in your early, impressions, just straight up impressions.
Yeah.
Of Wuchang, not early.
I think
halfway through a game, that's impressions.
Maybe if we had some sort of ranking or a rating system that's like recommend, do not recommend. I don't know what it would be, but so far I'd say recommend. I recommend.
You would recommend someone
Wuchang.
buy this for 60, 70?
I think it's $60. 50 for the base. 60 for the deluxe, so like 65 after taxes for the deluxe.
Let me guess, some costumes in deluxe.
Yeah, costumes, weapons, 5 skill points. Little
5
leg
skill
up.
points.
You get 5 skill points.
That's kind of lame, actually. That's just like arbitrary, but whatever. Yeah. Okay, who cares? $10.
It's good.
All right. You recommend it. You recommend buying it.
I recommend.
Okay.
I recommend Wuchang Fallen Feathers.
You heard it here. All right. Well, we're not going to take a break. Are we going to take a break? I never know.
I think we're going to take a break.
We're going to take a break. I should look at my script that we have in front of us. Yeah. Actually, I have a break for us.
Yeah.
This is not a funny bit. I'm not, and it's not even a bit. I legitimately don't always remember when we do breaks and not, but I'm going to strive to get better.
And also, we don't have, as y'all can see, probably, we don't have our paper. And the library was randomly closed today, so we don't have our.
And that's my fault. I could have checked.
We can't throw the papers.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite dramatic things to do for this. But I could have checked ahead of time on my way walking here, so that's on me.
Oh no!
I know.
Rip to us.
But hey, episode 5, just keep sticking with us. We love you guys. We love our viewers, and we're gonna keep getting better. Every week and every month, every episode,
every week,
every day,
every hour.
Maybe episode 6. I'll remember.
Maybe
when we do breaks. But now that I do remember, We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to get into our big discussion question of this episode and discuss an article by one of our old friends, which relates to Wuchang Fallen Feathers. So don't go anywhere. And we're back. Welcome back.
We're back.
I was waiting for you to talk. You're still dancing.
Yeah, still dancing.
Okay.
Still dancing.
That's okay.
Endurance.
Those are endurance. You could go all night.
All night. All night long. All night.
All night.
All night long.
Oh no!
All night long.
Oh my God. Anyway,
Hey, speaking of Wuchang,
speaking of Wuchang,
you know, there's an article I'd really love to discuss with you about Wuchang and about Soulslikes and about some of the and it gets at some of the broader discussions we've been having on this podcast.
Yes.
And you know what? Best of all, is written by a friend of ours.
an old bud,
Yes.
old Kotaku homie, a Mr. Ari Notice. Ari Notice.
Ari Notice.
Ari not this.
Not.
Ari not this.
Ari, not like this.
Damn it, not like this.
Not
Ari Notice has written an article for Polygon on like July 9th or whatever.
July 19th.
19th called All Right, That's Plenty of Soulslikes. Tell me about this article. You put me onto this.
I put you onto this because my algorithm has noticed that I have. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
Damn it.
My algorithm has taken note that I guess I've started a fucking Soulslike video podcast, because it is serving me up Souls-like articles and content all the time. And before I even saw who the author was, I saw the title. I'm like, okay, well, I should give this a read. It gets at what we're talking about in terms of, the explosion of popularity of this genre in the past couple of years. So, yeah, I mean, broadly speaking, what our bud Ari tries to get at in this article is the question: have we reached a Soulslikes saturation point? How'd I do? And if we are there, then what are the repercussions, perhaps long-term, of like how we feel about this genre? Is it in danger of being overexposed, as some gaming genres have kind of become in the past, i.e.,
Call of Duty, extraction shooters.
I was going to say extraction shooters, battle royales via Fortnite,
hero shooters like
Overwatch, MOBAs. Oh god,
because they were hot for a minute.
That's right.
If you remember, like the late 2010s, like there were so many MOBAs.
But if someone came out with a new MOBA today, you'd be like, "What the fuck?
Like,
Why?
What the hell?
What are you doing?"
I thought we already did that.
So, and we'll get more into the article in a second. But I thought that this was a really interesting, this was a good article for us to talk about because it's our friend, our buddy Ari, and we want to rag on him a little
bit,
just a touch, and we want to agree with him on some other stuff too.
Some kinda,
a little bit, because we're measured and we're good friends like that. But after reading this, I got a little worried for our dear Soulslikes. I was like, "Fuck, man!" When you put it like Ari does and lays out just how many we're getting and us previewing more to come recently.
Right. The last episode we previewed like 5, and
in the year to come, and next year. The flood is going to continue. There's no stopping.
So yes, I was doing a little bit of research, trying to figure out how many Soulslikes are coming up in 2025 and 2026. And,
Thank you, because I did not do any research.
Of course, as you never do.
No, that's not that.
That's not what we do.
That's not true. No, that's not true.
Intelligence is not our strong suit.
No.
And
We do fucking research.
What are you talking about? I was lazy this episode. Keep going. Sorry.
Right. No exact number, because it's Reddit, and where you get all your trusted information from, Reddit.
That's right.
I don't exactly know the number here, but I mean, this is at least 15 to 20 different Soulslikes coming out in 2025 and 2026.
Yeah.
Just based on this list.
I'm looking over your shoulder. Yeah.
There, a couple of these are already out. Elden Ring Night Rain, Wuchang Fallen Feathers, Lies of P Overture, the DLC for Lies of P. First Berserker Kazan.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, a handful of those are already out. But then some of these other ones, you know, we previewed already. The Relic First Guardian,
right.
Ballad of Antara.
Farther down the line, Duskbloods. Obviously.
Duskbloods, yeah, as you see. Yeah. So, you know, there's a good amount of Souls-likes coming.
And probably dozens more of the AA or indie variety we don't even know about yet, or we haven't.
Exactly, the indie variety, because I imagine these are all just like the major releases that are obviously labeled Souls-likes.
Yeah.
You can go to Steam, you can go to new releases, probably filter by Souls-likes, and I imagine there's so many more pages there of what's already out or coming out.
Yeah.
So there's a lot.
There's a lot.
Do I say we're at a saturation point or reaching a oversaturation point?
Do you think we're in danger of that?
Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. But I think Elden Ring did help explode the genre.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so much so, I mean, we're getting a damn movie, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like once this movie comes out, then we'll probably hit an oversaturation point.
Yeah.
But we're not there yet. I think we're at the burgeoning phases. And I feel like because of Elden Ring, even though that's much more recent than, you know, Dark Souls or even Demon Souls that popularized the genre, Elden Ring blew it up. So we're not there, but I think we're approaching. We're steadily approaching.
I think I largely agree with you. I think we're like on the precipice, actually. I think people are bordering on sick.
I can agree with that.
And I'm glad you touched on Elden Ring there, because I feel like I don't want to say it's the main root cause. It's like for this explosion, like there have been other popular games.
Neo, you know.
Yeah, of course. But think about, you know, what we know about the long tail of video game development. These things take years.
Yes.
You know, and to, you know, cross genres, not genre. Yeah, sure.
Genres probably,
Let's
right?
cross genres for a second. I wanted to just talk about movies. You know, this has happened with
Mediums.
Thank you. Fucking what the fuck? What could I? Yeah, mediums.
Intelligence is not our strong suit.
I said I had mind second low, so maybe I should mind intelligence
at the bottom.
Yeah,
we are scraping the barrel.
It's fucking dire. It's dire here. We're not the Souls professors.
No, we are not. As we've said, we are Souls buds.
We're your Souls buds. We always will be your Souls buds. I wouldn't even call us adjunct professors, and
not even. Barely even high school teachers.
Don't
come
to us for after hour
Please
help.
Don't.
Help. I'll be like, what? I don't know. Mediums. Think about Marvel movies, superhero fatigue, you know, DC. It could be argued that people really only started liking superhero Marvel movies again this summer a little bit.
With Fantastic Four, First Steps.
I haven't even seen it, whatever. But I just wanted to draw that parallel and, like, is it possible we might be approaching that? And, like, games take so long to develop that, like, the enormous runaway success of Elden Ring, like, video game development is a copycat genre, you know, as is Hollywood, as is the TV industry in a sense, in many senses. Like, imitation is flattery. I think especially for video games, because you can just build iteratively, like, concepts on top of each other.
Right.
So we're seeing all of this come to roost now. The success of Elden Ring is having this ripple effects years later when we're getting all of these. I feel like every Chinese developer studio started in 2022 and started working
on a Souls-like. It's actually
coming
wild.
out now.
Yeah, it's actually wild. We talked about it it was last episode,
our last episode, yeah.
The Sony's China Hero project.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems like, I don't want to say majority, but a good handful of those games are in some way a Souls-like. So there's definitely
some trend chasing going on.
There's definitely, it is a trend at this point.
Yeah.
And how could it not be, right? Like, Elden Ring was so successful, and when you see that much money roll in, I wish we knew the stats of how much Elden Ring actually made or how many units it sold or whatever, but I know it was like a handful of millions.
They recently celebrated 10 million units of Shadow of the Erdtree DLC and 5 million Night Rain,
and
which
that's
is
just
impressive.
a damn DLC. And then that other one is just a roguelike, just like a random one-off type of game.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see that level of money come in, of course you're going to be like, let me get some of that pie too.
Yeah.
Let me have some.
Is this like a
It smells good. Let me have some.
rhubarb?
Money.
Oh, money. Yes.
Quick Google search. Elden Ring has sold roughly 30 million units.
30 million
Yeah,
units.
the base game.
And that's the base game. And then you add another 10 million on top of that for the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. And then you add 5 million for Elden Ring Night Reign. Separate game, but still Elden Ring. You're at almost 50 million between the one game with its DLC and then the other game in the Elden Ring universe. So, and again, you see that number and you're like, how can I get some?
If you're a major video game publisher, you're like, yeah, we should try
we should make a
Or
Soulslike.
if you're an indie, if you're someone who has aspirations to make a game,
to make money,
it's at least worth paying attention to. Like, gee, this sure is popular, this style of thing. Maybe I should give this a go if it feels right to me and our company or whoever's making the game. So it makes sense. It's
it's
like we're saying,
I think.
What's that?
It's sensible. I think.
Sensible, yeah.
Would I agree with the decision? No, not really. I feel like you need to have your own unique identity if you're going to do a Souls-like, and that's why I so far really like Wuchang. But
this is
it
why
is
I'm
a
concerned.
sensible decision.
This is why I am kind of concerned because, like, as we alluded to just a little bit earlier, like we saw this happen with Battle Royales and Fortnite and Call of Duty and Warzone, I guess, and extraction shooters.
Yep, and extraction shooters.
Escape from Tarkov.
Escape from Tarkov, Conquered.
We've seen
Marathon.
people get fatigued and tired, and I won't say that the genre never comes back again the same way. That's not true. But oh my God, look at RTSs. Look at real-time strategy.
True.
Now, there are other reasons why real-time strategies I feel like have maybe gone away, but like because more players are just console players now, probably.
Right. Those types of games are really hard to run on a console because there's too many mechanics, too many systems.
But we kind of don't get those as much anymore. And do I think that will ever happen to Soulslikes? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I think it can absolutely happen that people can like recoil a little bit over the next couple of years as like, how many more are we going to get? Silksong.
So to broadly agree with Ari's take.
Yeah.
Let's
puff Ari up before we tear
him down.
Yeah.
He's already puffed up enough. He's got enough biceps. He's got enough arms.
He
knows what he's doing.
Dude, yeah. He's blushing somewhere.
Somewhere. He knows we're talking about him. He's sneezing. He's
never going to listen to this, I don't think. But we'll have to have him on.
We'll send it to him. We'll definitely have it.
We need to bully him into coming on. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. So again, to broadly agree with the thesis of this article, all right, that's plenty of Soulslikes. He's saying that there are a lot of Soulslikes coming, and he gets so excited about a game as it's getting announced and closer to release, but then his excitement wanes or sours because of the Souls-like moniker. Totally agree with that. I think sometimes you see a really cool game and you're like, damn, that looks so sick. I can't wait to play it. And then you're like, it's a Souls-like. And you're like, oh, but I don't want to get my fucking ass whooped.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do that. My grandma whooped my ass enough when I was a kid. I don't need to get my ass whooped anymore. Yeah. I'm an adult. No more. Mm-hmm. But now we have to tear him down just a tiny bit.
Okay.
I think the fundamental problem with this article, this blog, is the definition of a Souls game. Mm-hmm. He repeats very frequently, dodge this, parry that, get ass kicked by boss. If that's the criteria for a Souls game, then Ninja Gaiden is a Souls game. Mm-hmm. Then, I guess you could even say something like Metal Gear Solid is a Souls game. Mm-hmm. You could say fucking Super Mario 64 is a Souls-like because there's a dodge and a boss.
Does Mario have a parry?
Mario doesn't have a parry. Mm-hmm. Maybe in Mario Odyssey with the hydro thing, maybe there's some sort of parry mechanic in that.
It was an oversimplification. I think he was trying to be tongue-in-cheek here.
Which is totally fair, but I think if you're coming at the criticism of Souls-likes that there's too many, then there needs to be a clearer definition of what actually makes a Souls-like in order to then say that there's too many.
Yeah.
Because you can just say that there are too many shooters, right? Because you've got Rainbow Six Siege, you've got Grand Theft Auto, you've got Call of Duty.
It's like saying every shooter is pick up ammo, shoot enemies, die to a boss a few times.
Right. There was an oversimplification of the Souls-like genre in this blog that made it really easy to say that you're essentially complaining about the fact that there are too many starbursts. There are too many of this one thing. When there's Starburst is a candy, but Starburst has different properties than other types of candies. So you start saying, well, there's just too many fruity candies here, because it's like Starburst,
now and
laters, and Skittles, and Laffy Taffy, and so on and so forth. Mike and Ike's and etc. But like they're just so fundamentally different, even though they are a fruity candy. So when I was reading that, I was like, and maybe in one of these podcast episodes, we'll try to sit here and like really, really try to define what a Souls-like is, because that simplification just did not do it. And because then you can also say, which I haven't played yet, but Claire Obscure 33.
I've started playing, actually.
If you're saying that, it has a parry mechanic, so now it's a Souls-like, well...
I think what he was saying in that is almost like...
that it didn't need the parry mechanic.
It didn't need it, and I don't want to go through every fucking line here that he said. He did say something kind of interesting, though, Ari, in this piece, that like he felt like Claire Obscure 33 could have been a more confident game if it was just a regular turn-based JRPG style thing. I thought that was interesting. Like, I personally feel like it's randomly grafted on, and actually the parry mechanic in Claire Obscure, it actually feels more like Super Mario RPG a little bit more to me, where it's like quick time events and and that's the combat. But
I feel like it adds an interesting layer to the RPG formula, where it's not just like, okay, I'm gonna press a button, gotta sit here, wait for my turn. No, it makes you a little bit more active. It reminds me of Final Fantasy 13. The trilogy with lightning, and I hate that game.
I feel like people
hate that series so much.
People hate that one the most in the series.
I hate that one a lot, and I have a good enough reason to hate it.
Okay,
but
ominous,
very ominous. We'll talk about it one day.
Okay,
but yeah, like
interesting.
It's just interesting to just say that that's what makes the Souls like dodge, parry, hard boss.
Or at least this is how Ari perceives Soulslikes to be, and like I empathize with part of this, that like he loves the setting and he wants to explore them and really get to know them.
Totally relate to
that. But he feels like he bounces off of them because of this oversimplification.
Right, because they
find it frustrating. And I thought it was funny that our friend wrote this article because like during our time at Kotaku, they told us many times that they don't really like
that they don't play these games.
They don't really play these. So I commend them for even attempting to write about this in the first place. But because they're making an earnest effort to engage with this genre, so maybe there's something not awesome or not working about the genre to repel people like Ari who earnestly want to come in and hear and experience more of them. So here, reading all this. And there's another part of the article that we need to clown, the over 30 thing. We'll get that in a second. And can we read some comments?
Yes.
We'll read some comments in a second.
We will read some comments.
But I wanted to actually say something. This article kind of gave me the inspiration to think about. I think Soulslikes, Soulsbornes, these type of games would actually really benefit from something like... Okay, so we know that educational video games are in a dire state, that we pretty much don't even make them anymore.
Yeah, no, 100%. What's the last one? Like Oregon Trail?
I hope not. Oregon Trail Remastered, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Something like that.
Like
Nintendo Switch.
4K Dysentery.
4K Dysentery. Oh, no.
HDR Dysentery, puddle reflections.
So the fidelity, it's so high.
You need
just
to
really see the sickness.
See the sickness, really see the scales on the rattlesnake as it
bites you, fucking kills you.
I'm sure there was another educational game before then, but it's been a bit. And so, are you at all familiar in the Assassin's Creed series, their educational tour mode? Sorry, I want to get the exact right
Not
word.
World Tour, but I know what you're talking
Discovery Tour mode.
Yes.
And kind of what this is, they had this in Origins, Odyssey. Where are we? We were just saying
there's so many games and things named Odyssey.
No more video games named Odyssey. No more video games named Odyssey. Okay?
No, none.
We're done. Unless it's like literally like about Odysseus and the Odyssey.
I was gonna say it needs to be actually about the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's done.
It's
the
like,
journey
hey,
is over. Okay,
I'm Kratos' friend, Odysseus, and we just do God of War, the Odyssey.
Odyssey of War, God of Odyssey.
Please, no more Odyssey. No more Odyssey. Origins, Odyssey in ancient Greece for Assassin's Creed, and Valhalla was the last one they did this in. And basically what it kind of is it's the game, but it's like non-violent. It's essentially like an interactive museum tour, sort of.
That's cool.
And you talk to NPCs, you can walk free roaming around the city, and you can talk to real life historical figures and tell them about the settings. And it's meant as like an educational tool. And, I'll say this about one good thing about Ubisoft. I think I literally have one good thing to say about Ubisoft in general as a company.
As a studio. Mm-hmm.
As a studio and a publisher. Like they do care about history and
they put effort
education.
into it.
Yeah, they put real effort about getting stuff right, as they have the animus and the fucking, crazy.
Right. I mean, they've got all kinds of money,
background.
so I would hope that they would actually put some, give a damn and put some effort into that.
They
and
actually-
it shows. It really shows.
They talk to professors, not Souls professors, but real professors.
And they go and they visit
historians.
and they take pictures, and they have historians come on and consult.
So why am I talking about this? Why is Eric talking about this? Why is Eric ever talking about anything? I don't know. But no, I do know in this one case. I would love those for Soulslikes, actually. After you beat the game, because we talk about how lore is like hidden away and like you need to like put stuff together. Like, wouldn't that
you gotta
be
like
kind
read
of
the item description and gotta go talk to this NPC.
like if it makes sense? Like maybe it's something you unlock after beating the game to be like, wait, what did I just go through?
Right,
Like
right.
I feel like it could be kind of interesting to have something like a discovery tour mode for Soulslikes if people want to engage with the setting and the characters and the lore without getting their shit pushed in.
Which I agree with Ari, because I think similarly there are some. I'm a big fan of Japanese history. I love the Warring States period of Japan. I love Sengoku era Japan.
And you love the Shu dynasty, as we now know.
Clearly. And I just love these kind of ancient historical settings in Asia. And so I would love to just explore that area in Neo without it being so goddamn hard. Mm-hmm. So having that option would be cool. But unfortunately, that's not an option.
Yeah.
And so I think it's either, if we're not going to get that, then we either need to get some sort of accessibility options where there are sliders that you can adjust what you want in the settings, or we just get difficulty modes in the way that Kazan has had. So I feel like that's kind of what should happen in this genre for it to really, bring in more people, make it so that there are more players, more Aris that can enjoy this genre. Because I think that it has a lot to offer, and it is so much about the setting and the world and the lore and the narratives and the characters. But so much as that is obfuscated by not just punishing systems or punishing mechanics or punishing gameplay, but also, I'll say it, shitty quest design.
Oh, I mean,
I will say it. These are the fucking worst quests in games.
It was my hate.
Ever.
Do you remember?
Yes.
It was my hate.
And I fully agree. Fully agree.
You're talking about the whole Souls-like genre.
Just the whole Souls-like genre.
For the
questing in Souls-likes is ass.
Maybe even Soulsborne's, if we're being totally fair.
Yeah. I think even in Dark Souls games, it's complete ass.
Well, they're the main offenders, is what I'm saying. They're like Elden Ring, the Dark Souls games, the Soulsborne's mainline series, the quest lines.
Sekiro even fucking sucks.
There he is. I know we've already said Sekiro, but can we get the wolf meme? Where's the wolf?
Where's the wolf?
Hey,
he needs to
bring him
just
up.
Put him
bring
up.
him up here. Okay. Hey. I see producer writing it down. He's taking my request.
Good. It's
thank
gonna
you.
happen. Put him
Thank
right
you.
there.
So we do want Aris. We want more Aris to play these games.
Absolutely.
People like Aris. People's likes Aris. What the fuck am I? We got to wrap this up soon.
Intelligence is low.
I know.
Intelligence
Okay,
is low.
so can I read the line that got our dear friend in trouble here.
Absolutely. Before we dig into some comments, let's cook him for this line a little bit.
Okay.
I'm going to see if I can find it in the article, too, because it's in a parenthetical, which is just hilarious.
Yeah, he tried to hide it in a way, you know? It's like, hey, this is an aside. It's a parenthetical. It's like, nice try, bud.
Yeah, we
nice
know
try.
what you're doing. Here we go. I found it.
And I believe he was talking about in reference to Clear Obscure having this parrying mechanic.
Yep.
Quote, a parrying mechanic with a window so tight that no one over 30 possesses the reflexes to react to them, you know, saying that it's like too punishing. And
if you're over 30, then there's no way for you to react to them because the windows, they just happen too fast.
His implication here is that everyone over
slow.
30 is we're cooked.
Yeah, you're cooked. You're
now, in
old
many
and
respects, I'm 34. In many respects, I agree.
We are cooked.
Moldering, decomposing every day.
Every day, we're dying slowly. Every single day.
I stretch every morning. I swear to God, I'm cracking. Oh, thank you. I'm cracking more and more as time goes on. Like, just very concerning.
You just gotta oil the joints at this point with some WD-40.
How do we like?
Roger.
Do we like this visual, viewers? You know, like more like oil me up.
Sounds like a transformer coming in.
Starscream.
So that line
Sound
is
wave.
Ridiculous. That line is ridiculous.
Yeah, and I got our bud in trouble here. Do you want to read some of the people just really honed in on the 30, and I think 30 was a young point for him to go there. Maybe 40. I don't even know.
Maybe a little bit higher.
There was no winning with this.
No. I'm just going to read
just
some
don't
of
even
them.
bring age into it. Don't ask a woman her age, and don't bring
say that you're over 30 and you can't react. Like, if that's true, fine. You know, good.
This caught the ire of the gamers.
The Souls gamers.
The Souls gamers, the grizzled Souls gamers.
These are gremlins.
The grizzled
and we can say
gremlins.
because we're gremlins.
We're gremlins
we are
too. I'm a rat bastard. You're a rat bastard.
We're rat bastards.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I'm going to read some of the comments.
Please.
Speak for yourself. I'm 37, and the parry/dodge system in Claire isn't as bad as you make it out to be. Also, thesaurus. Use one, please. Damn.
Whoa. Do we have another editor here?
It's absolutely crazy.
And tell us the username next time.
Let's see. This user, I'll tell you right here. This is Diminished Fifth.
Okay.
Which might be a reference to music. Diminished fifth, I believe, is a chord in music, so that's interesting.
Okay.
I Bolski. I'm 59 years old, and I have beaten Elden Ring, both the base and DLC. Our main man, Sekiro. Lies of P, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. To say people over 30 don't have the reflexes to beat these games is disingenuous at best. You're saying my beating Sekiro and Lies of P with their pairing mechanics was not due to my reflexes but sheer blind luck? That's pretty insulting.
He really stepped on something here.
I mean,
as you keep going, we were looking through, most of Ari's other articles have like 2 to 4 comments on it. You know, he's not really kicking the bee's nest. This one has like 114 as of this taping. So
literally no one agrees with you.
Listen, as we've already said, I feel like Ari made a lot of great points, and I hope they'll come on sometime that we could just talk about anything and just be buds. I don't care what we talk about.
But we also have to cook him for this.
He just should not have even. Don't even get into this line of thought, man, because like Souls gamers, they're ready to bite your head off.
They're upset. This person, skill issues, baby. And then they, quote the line. For instance, did Claire Obscure Expedition 33 really benefit from centering its battles around a parrying mechanic with windows so tight that no one over 30 possesses the reflexes to react to them? And then they say, without that parry system, the game probably wouldn't feel as tight as it is, and it wouldn't have sold as well as it did. LOL, I'm 36 and can parry very well those attacks. It's a skill issue, baby. And then someone else
Anyone older?
Someone else said, came to say the same thing, except I'm 42.
Okay.
Who's
the oldest one on? Who? or says what they are.
I wish
before we start to wrap this up.
I literally wish I screenshot it. Someone said I'm 70 and
God.
I've beaten all of these Souls games and
literally,
and
are you winning, son? But
yeah,
they're the dad. Yeah.
And they're just like, no, like it's not a problem. Like you're just crazy. And of course, Ari says about maybe towards the end or about halfway through, he says, I recognize that it's a skill issue and that I'm just not particularly good at these games. And that's a good admission.
Yes.
But I think oversimplifying the genre and saying, oh, it's dodge this, parry that, get ass rocked by a boss. And then being like, if you're over 30, you are probably really bad at these games. I think those two statements in and of itself is what dug him this grave. And
don't put the couching language all the way at the end.
Don't do that. Like,
although I do get you got to keep it juicy up front, for the SEO, But
absolutely.
no one who reads to the end, like,
right?
We did
clearly, but not many people do. And again, I wish maybe I'll screenshot it. The one where it's like
if you
70,
find a 70-year-old,
and we'll put it up on the screen so y'all can read it and y'all can see. Because some people are like, I'm 62 and I've done this and like blah blah blah. They are really upset about the whole age factor. And again, it makes sense in my mind. Not to be like, Ari, you suck and we hate you. We love you. We want you on our podcast.
Actually, the opposite.
We love you. You are our bestie. We want you.
Yeah.
You are a Souls bud, even if you don't like Souls games. Totally cool. I just think that there needs to be a deeper conversation around this particular topic. To write it so briskly and not dig into some of the nuances in the genre, leave the interpretation so open that you can say anything is a Souls-like because it has these three mechanics. And that's, I think, the ultimate failure of the post itself. Not that he's wrong in saying that there are a lot of Souls-likes, because there are. There definitely are. But it's just wrong to say that they boil down to these three things, because then that says all single-player action games are Souls-like.
I think, yeah.
And that's crazy, because that's not true.
Two things. One, it's only because Ari's our good friend that we're like...
Up his ass.
That we're really up his ass, but we don't want to do this, like we don't like not, usually.
We're not saying go hate him. Don't
come hate us. Give us the engagement. Fuck him.
Please.
What? Yeah.
Polygon is good. They are good. We need it.
Yeah, we need it.
Give us the views. Me and Eric.
Rat bastards.
Rat bastards.
What I was going to say too is that, like, I think Ari was just trying to be flip. He was trying to be cute, and
it was cute.
It was cute as heck. But it didn't go. It didn't come off well. It didn't come off well.
It did not land.
Did not land. All right. Oh yeah. So that's that. So many Souls-likes coming. So many more to come.
So many more to come.
I feel like we broadly agree. Like you feel like there's a little more distance before the Souls-like housing bubble.
Yeah, exactly.
The pets.com, the .com
literally
bubble.
The stock market crash.
Remember those commercials with the little guy with
the talking?
Yeah.
That's what we need. We just need like little souls.
Maybe we need sock puppets. That could be kind of fun.
Oh my god.
Our budget is no.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
No, we can't.
We can't do that.
We'll settle for the pets.com.
Soulsbuds.com.
Soulsbuds.com /podcast. But you feel like it's a little farther away.
You think it's a little bit closer.
I think
or you think we're here.
Let me be specific. I feel like by the end of the year, like, by the end of this year and like 2026, January 2026, I think the sentiment around Soulslikes is people will be fatigued. And like if they hear about new ones, especially ones that have been in development and may be coming like a year or 2 years down the line by the beginning of 2026, I think people are going to legitimately be like groaning.
Not another one.
I think we've ridden it too hard. Yeah. Producer Artem.
Are you saying that 30-year-olds are going to be fatigued?
I think 30-year-olds.
Absolutely.
30-year-olds and up are going to be...
fatigued, tired.
Dragon ass.
Wiped.
Yeah.
Beat.
And we already were, all of us, 30s and ups. I think we were
That's what happens when you turn 30. You're old. Washed, right? We're cooked.
Washed and dried. Mm-hmm. Dry cleaned.
Oh my god.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, I think that will.
I think that's it. Huh?
That will do it for us today. Episode 5.
Episode 5.
5. We're chugging along. I'm loving this.
We are. It's happening. I can't believe it.
Are you having a good time?
It's good. It's good. I'm glad that we're actually doing this.
Yeah.
It's so funny that this was something that we thought about, a year and a half or two ago when we were still at Kotaku, maybe 2.5 years ago at this point.
The broad outlines of it. A year ago, yeah.
And, ultimately it didn't pan out. And now here we are doing it looking back at the camera here in a way that looks good. Looks good.
Yeah,
sounds
we
good.
look hot. We look great.
We look great.
Honestly.
And I'm very glad to be doing this with you. How are you feeling? You feeling good about this?
I'm feeling good. My bud. Yeah, don't fucking touch me, though. I touch you. Okay. It's just one way.
All right, it's just one way. My bad.
Power and
Jesus Christ.
I know.
My bad.
I know, yeah.
Invading personal space.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm sorry, that was out of line. You want to take us out? You want to take us out of this episode?
Yeah,
because we've been going too long. We're loopy. I'm
we've
making
been
I'm
way
making
too
2 hours later.
2 hours
2
later.
hours later.
multiple
2 hours later.
I'm making no sense.
Stop rambling. We're done. Well, thanks for resting at the bonfire with us today, buds. You can find us on social at Soulsbuds Pod, and you can shoot us an email at soulsbudspod@gmail.com. Let us know if you want us to cover something on the show. Hit us up. You can also support the show by subscribing to the Soulsbuds Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else where you listen to things on the internet. Get at us.
We'll take you wherever you are in terms of listening. And, with that, we've been your Soulsbuds, and we'll see you at the next bonfire.
Bye.